Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Since the launch of Season 3 Reloaded last week, we have seen several sort of new mini updates go live in-game across MW2 and Warzone 2, and we've also seen a bunch of communication in the way of various tweets from all of the developers in regards to other updates that are going to be coming here soon as well. So today, we got a lot to break down via the Call of Duty social channels. The first thing I want to look at is a tweet that was actually sent out just before the launch of Season 3 Reloaded that we haven't yet had the chance to talk about, and now that I've actually played a good amount of games post-update, it's interesting to see my experience versus what this tweet says. So this is actually coming from the official Call of Duty account, which really doesn't ever tweet about issues or anything, but they ended up quote tweeting their older tweet saying they're looking into server related issues, and they said, "We are aware of a recent uptick in server related issue reports because let's face it, the servers for Warzone 2 especially have just been a joke for the past month and a half or so. They've been bad for a while, but especially bad as of late. Investigations uncovered a network buffer memory issue that we have since addressed. Our teams are actively engaged in mitigation of further issues. We are committed to continued progress and will update when we are able to." Now, I will say, post Season 3 Reloaded, my experience playing Warzone, at least server-wise, has actually been better, and this is just coming off of my experience, which is mine and mine alone. Obviously yours could be completely different, and that sucks if that's the case, but personally, I have had way less server issues after this update since before the update, or compared to before the update. I'm not getting those PowerPoint flipbook presentations where the entire server is skipping around like crazy. I think I've had it happen once in my games so far, and I've played a good amount, grinding out ranked. So perhaps something did actually change with the servers that made them better. Now, the tick rate, the hit reg, all that still sucks, but at least it's not a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, at least for me. And like I said, that's just up until this point. Let's hope that doesn't change, but it does seem a little bit better now. Now, Infinity Ward also posted about a small menu update that went live. They said, "We've deployed a minor update to address issues causing players to encounter unresponsive menus while navigating the battle pass or during the new player tutorial." So if you noticed that after the Reloaded update, you were having issues on the menu, those now should be resolved. Small one there, but it's a new update nonetheless. Now, we also have a bunch of tweets from Treyarch in regards to various ranked updates. Of course, ranked being in beta, it's probably going to see several sort of mini updates a week, if I had to guess. And Treyarch's doing a pretty good job communicating them so far. So getting into these, here is what Treyarch is saying. So Warzone Ranked Play Beta. Weapon tuning is enabled for weapons in Warzone Ranked, but the ability to tune is currently disabled in the Warzone Ranked Play loadout menus. So I've seen a lot of questions about this so far. Zach, why are you showing tuning on these builds? You can't tune in Warzone Ranked. Why can't I tune anymore? The thing is it's just the Warzone Ranked menu that is bugged. Tuning is completely enabled in Warzone Ranked. When you go into gameplay, if you're using tuned weapons, those are allowed. Unlike multiplayer where tuning is not allowed, it's fine here in Warzone Ranked. And the thing that you have to do to currently get around this, which I imagine this will be fixed here pretty soon, maybe even by the time this video is going up, is just going into the main Warzone menu with, Resurgence and Battle Royale, and just creating your loadout there, tuning it as you need, and then going into the ranked menu, and you can go through and actually then use that and have all your tunes equipped on that specific gun. So just a heads up, I've seen a lot of confusion, a lot of concern about that recently. Tuning is available in Warzone Ranked. It's just a menu bug. Now, we have also had some matchmaking updates for Warzone Ranked over the past couple of days. Treyarch initially tweeted out back on the 11th, "We released a background update this morning to address an issue that prevented Diamond Division players and above from finding matches. Players in these divisions can now jump back in and matches are already underway. Matchmaking Insight. The matchmaking system will try to match players in similar skill divisions. We look forward to matches becoming even more competitive as players climb out of bronze and silver into higher divisions." Essentially what they're saying here is that initially, when the first couple of people were finally breaking into diamond and crimson and higher, they weren't able to find any matches because there weren't lobbies full of other diamond and crimson or equal level players, right? So what they've done now is kind of open up the barrier for who you're allowed to play with, at least as far as matchmaking goes, not necessarily within your party, but once in a while you might notice that you get killed by a player who's in a much higher skill division than you. Maybe they're in diamond or crimson or on their way up there, right? And you're like, "Hey, I'm silver 2, why is this guy in my lobby?" It's mainly just because so few people are already in those higher ranks ranks of diamond and higher that they can't fill a lobby, so they're gonna fill it with a few, you know, silvers and golds and whatnot here and there, just to make sure they can still actually play the game. And obviously over time, as more and more people get out of those ranks, those higher tier lobbies will become more competitive with just diamond players, with just crimson players, so on and so forth. But that is something that sort of is an effect of how the system is now, where everyone starts in bronze, and admittedly the people who are playing the most are the ones getting out of those ranks faster. Then there's just not enough of people playing that much and getting to those ranks to fill those lobbies yet, but that'll change here, you know, in the coming days. Treyarch also tweeted out saying MW2 ranked play. This is for multiplayer, obviously. They are investigating reports that some matches are canceling later into the game than intended. So if someone disconnects, you could be like into an actual round start, and then it disconnects and, you know, cancels the match. Then it's just annoying for everyone. That won't be an issue here in the coming days. They are looking into that. Then the final tweet from Treyarch here in regards to ranked is once more again on Warzone ranked play. They say, due to a back-end issue at the start of Season 3 Reloaded, a small population of players received more SR than intended after playing their first match. We have deployed a fix to solve this issue and adjusted SR where appropriate. So if you're one of those few players who had that weird bug back at the start of ranked play, you might notice that when you jump on next, you're a few SR short of where you were when you last logged off. That could be because of a day one glitch. So just a heads up, if you lost any SR, you know, over the past couple of days, that could be why. Then we move on over to Raven's Twitter, where we also have a couple of new updates and new things that they are investigating and looking into. So here initially they say they are investigating an issue allowing players to generate lethal equipment at a much higher rate than intended. Essentially, this is the infinite equipment bug, where you can just keep throwing drill charges over and over and over and over again, or semtexes or smokes or whatever else. Essentially, they say lethal equipment, but I feel like I've also seen this done with, you know, some of the tacticals as well. It's a really annoying bug. People are cheesing this to get basically easy squad takeouts in, you know, ranked to obviously get a few more SR. It is an exploit. Potentially you could be banned from this for what it's worth if you are abusing it, but yeah, there is that sort of infinite lethal glitch right now. They are aware of that, and I'm really hoping that one gets fixed here soon. This is another one that I'm really looking forward to the fix here. Final circles on Al Mazrah. Since our recent adjustment to the final circle locations, we've observed some matches unintentionally ending with the final circle being entirely over water. We're currently working on a fix that will greatly reduce how often this can occur. I can't tell you how many ranked matches already that I've had end completely over water, where it's like basically impossible to fight. Water in this game is so broken, by the way. Like, if a player is in water, you can't see them, you can't ping them correctly, the bullets don't shoot straight, it seems like, when you're trying to track somebody in the water. It's so obnoxious to fight against, and those in circles being there is just a nightmare. So I'm really glad that that one's being looked into and going to be fixed here soon. Then the final thing we've got for today, Raven says, we are investigating an issue that is preventing eligible groups formed via looking for party from queuing for a ranked play match. Essentially, this is sometimes when you are looking for a party, getting queued into a, you know, an actual party with players that are outside of your skill division, and it's too high to actually queue. So they're going to, you know, basically put in a system, I would imagine, that doesn't allow that to happen, where it's just the skill divisions you can play with depending on which division you're in specifically. So lots of gameplay updates already live, even more coming here in the relatively near future. Of course, as we see any new patch notes, any other gameplay changes or updates like that, I'll be covering them right as they happen. So stay tuned for that alongside everything else going on in COD. Make sure you are subscribed with those noties turned on. And if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. But that's going to wrap things up for today. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all Gamer Advantage, G Fuel, and Control Freak products, and the links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.